This is what we call evil, taking the life of the other, taking control. Even among the human life, that's how it happened. Why should it be so that gradually you have so much interest to take over somebody's life? Is your life not enough? Oh, because he does something different from me. Of course, why should he do yours? He has to do something different from you. As long as what he does is not there to stand in your way. But completely, sometimes you know that it is not there to stand in your way. But you have taken yourself that right authority to interrupt that person only because you think you can do that. Whatever that person does, he does not do it on your table. He does not do it in your confine. So why do you get worried about that? Because you feel that it might have some effect on you, especially if it's a neighbor. But it depends on how the extent of which we can go. Some of the things that are being done sometimes affects the neighbor. But I'm talking about something that you are dwelling or tackling or sort of using as a reason which is baseless, because at the end of the day, it will have no impact or effect on you whatsoever. It's like the food that I'm putting in my mouth. You are so angry as if you are the one putting the food in your mouth. That's how some of the reasons are really related to. And we have to really consider things in a more critical way, because I have become critical. Anything sinister, I try to make it, unveil certain things of that nature, or things that I suspect can be of that nature. And all because of what my experience has told me. And we know that we are dealing with spirits. The form of it does not come in any other form, but in a physical form. Then when it happens, it is so much it had all the time they want, because the spirits don't die. I don't think they die like we die. So they have all the time in the world. They have your whole life to change you and transform you. If it means that they have to give you whatever it is that entices you to sort of get you to become whatever, they do so. But as I said, in the Bible it is written that there's something we call Armageddon. These are some of the basis of which others will look into this. But there is some amount of honest revealing of prophecy there, that somehow this is what is going on. Everybody is gaining grounds. The Muslims are gaining grounds. The Christians are gaining grounds. They may lose some, they may gain some. The Buddhists are gaining grounds. They may lose some, they may gain some. All the groups of religious groups are gaining grounds. Now in the Christian world, there are many Christianity out there, different idea, different approach. Everyone is gaining their own grounds. You can't change that. That is what they are doing. That's what they feel they have to do. Promoting competition, competition among themselves. And we all know what competition means. Even the two boxers who are on the ring fighting each other, it may be just a game of friends, but it's still violence. Because at the end of the day, you have to put in every effort you can to win. And it might mean that the other person will lose their life, or will lose some injured in certain ways that would permanently terminate them, or temporarily terminate their life, whichever way it is. But yes, still, is this something really good? No, I don't think so. It might be good for you, it might be fun for you, but realistically, if you have to be honest about it, it's not the best thing that one should be so much in tune to, or embrace very much. That's how it is right now. People will say that, it's okay, we should have those little bit of indifferences among us, and we should compete a little bit. That is those who have got somewhere to stand. They've got their own grounds, and they're enjoying the idea of competing with the other, because sometimes you learn a little bit from it, and it gives you a bit of knowledge, it jiggles you a bit and all that. That's fine. You do just what you're thinking. You have not escalated to the point where you can handle things. You would have joined the group and said, no, we can't encourage this. You know, that is what ended up people throwing in the towel. Because those two people in the ring, they fighting, they thought it's a game, they accept the game, they go in there with an honest heart to do, the thing right. And as they do all that, and what happens right there, you can see that it gets to a point that the other opponent lose, that I'm losing, he's really struggling, probably his eyes or everything is just falling apart, and then the referee had to put in some towel there. Yeah, now you agree to it. Why don't you end it? Go through with it. Go through with it. Now the rules is, if the person is really getting it, throw in your towel and stop the game. You don't have to stop the game. Go through it. The same person, if was to have the strength to endure to some end, probably might not necessarily win. Would have, gone through it to accept the fact that it's just a game and I could take it. So fine, let me take it. And when the 9th or the 11th round reach, the 12th round reach, I mean, he can take the winning, but at least have gone through it, But those who took that choice end up losing their life, and they realize that it shouldn't be encouraged. So that's how it is. It shouldn't be encouraged. So they pulled them. They sort of decided to say throw in a towel to save a life, rather than, yes, you can lose your life as a result of that. And something like that can generate the loss of life. You think it's a good thing? No, it's not. And how did they come? Through competition. They're competing with each other. Anything competitive is nothing than inciting something which enviously allow the other to, to undermine any way they can, in order to get to the top. It's part of the struggle, to win whatever it is. So if there are many girls and they are competing with each other, and all spirits, they are definitely competing. I mean, Muslims are not saying that they are not competing with Christians, and Christians are, they might say so, but it is obvious. Christians are competing. Buddhists are competing. Everybody is competing for the high office. The high office, as if there's nobody there on the high office. But deep down also, they also say that they present it as to their own audience and to others who come in to look at it, are thinking always that I used to think the same way, that Jehovah is the only God, there is no other God, not knowing that it is meant for the audience that it has attracted, that it is for Christians or the Jews to sort of see that, yes, my people, the Father, it's like my Father telling me that I am the only Father for you. That's how it is. Even that, you can also see that Father saying, I'm the only Father for you, that's my own Father, cannot say that he created me, because he had to then go to the extent of proving that he created me. Our fathers who gave birth to us, or who bring us up, who claim to be our fathers, have no knowledge of how we came about. Until today, science and the research of men, the sacrifices being made, revealing how the human being developed in the belly of a woman and all that, and how a man's sperm had to fertilize the woman's egg and all that to get to that. But if that wasn't known before, they didn't know. They used to say that God made. So not knowing, the idea of not knowing, made men accept the fact that there is a divine God who creates and do all these things for us. Now, as man know now, most men are dropping from that idea and seeing that it is a man's own ability, something within us. But I would also say that not despite our abilities, if we don't have a real hand in sort of empowering such things to do, and still have things that makes us not capable of embracing our abilities very well, fully, as it's meant to, then we have no right to make claim to say that we created your child, you created your child, you gave birth to the child. He's part of you. You have brought that child up, and instill some characters in the child. You have brought a child out to have morals and norms to live in society. But you didn't create that child. You created that child in a different format, in a sense of creating the child to have to become the character that you wanted to be, the child to become. But you didn't create that body. You didn't really create the mechanism of what the child is. All those things were there. You only had it, you tapped on that, and you shaped it. You got a stone. The stones out there. You didn't create